Hello student, welcome back. Today we are going to explain algebraic fraction. Before to start to explain algebraic fraction, we know about it in a fourth rule we can apply for the algebraic fraction: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Today I'm going to focus on addition and subtraction in algebraic fraction. Before to start, I would like to know something important about the fraction, because algebraic fraction is depend on the basic rule of the fraction. Before to give you how to add and subtract a fraction, I would like to refresh your mind about the type of the fraction. How many types of the fraction we have? Who can tell me how many types of the fraction we have? We have three types of the fraction. We call it the proper fraction and the improper fraction and mixed fraction. Proper fraction meaning here the numerator is smaller than the denominator, meaning the number up is smaller than the number down. This meaning improper fraction, it will be the numerator will be bigger than. So I have, for example, 5/2. For the mixed fraction, I have whole number with the fraction. When I'm going to solve any algebraic fraction or a fraction, I have to simplify, meaning I have to put it in the proper way. So I have to simplify my fraction to reach the simplest form, or I can also put it as a mixed fraction. But I will not keep my final answer in the improper fraction. So if I wanted to solve here, he asks you find 2/5 plus here 3/2. So first I'm going to make common numerator here, so I'm going to multiply up and down here by 2, and I'm going to multiply here up and down by 5. So I have now single fraction. 5 times 2 is 10, 2 times 5 is 10, and 2 times 2 is 4, plus 3 times 5 is 15. So what I have here, 4 plus 15 is 19/10. This fraction, what is called? We call it improper fraction. Okay, so I will not keep my final answer as improper fraction. Yeah, you have to take care about this point in the exam. In the exam, final exam, in the IGCSE, they wanted from you any answer in the fraction, you have to put it in the simplest form. So here 19 divided by 10. So 10 times 1 is 10. And 19 minus 10 here, it will be equal 9/10. So it will be the final answer as a mixed fraction. We call it, this type is mixed fraction, as we said now. Now we understood how to solve the basic rule of the fraction, just only to refresh your mind before to start to solve the algebraic fraction. Let's go for the example about the algebraic fraction. He asks you in the exam, this is questions coming in the paper 2, he asks you to find. So how I can find? As I said before, I have to make here a single fraction, meaning I wanted to make it as a common, lowest common multiple, a common denominator. So I'm going to multiply up and down by 2 minus x minus 2. Okay, and here also x minus 2. And the other side, it will be multiply x minus 1. Plus 1, and here also x plus 1. So now I have single fraction. This is what we call single fraction. Also in the exam, he asks you put your answer or find the single fraction. So I have here is x plus 1 times x minus 2. This is the common, and I'm going to expand the brackets here. 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. And here 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 1 plus 3. Now I'm going to make my simplify. I have here x plus 1 times x minus 2. Now I have 2x plus 3x. We are going to add a like term. We are going to add just only like term. So 2x plus 3x, it will be 5x. And minus 4 plus 3, it will be minus 1. If I check my answer before to leave, I find here 5x minus 1, there is no any common, I cannot more simplify. So this is in the simplest form. So it will be my final answer. If, this is for the, let's to go for another questions. Here, more complicated. He asks you put it in the single fraction. Find single. We need to find the single fraction, and this is also from paper 2. First of all, when I'm going to check the numerator here, I find here I have quadratic equations. So before to start, you have to factorize the quadratic equation before to search about the common numerator. So I'm going to write here 3x plus 4 divided by, here I'm going to open two brackets, and x squared, it will be x times x. For the factorizing, I'm going to give another lesson for more detail about factorizing, but just I'm going to give you a hint about how to factorize to be easy. And now I wanted 6 how to factorize. It will be as a trial. My thinking to find the 2 factor for 6 by this way. I'm going to ask myself, it will be 6 times 1 is give me 6. And 2 times 3, it will give me also 6. But I have condition to keep it in my mind. I need the difference between the 2 factors, it equal plus 1. So I'm going to back again for here. If 6 plus 1 is 7, 6 minus 1 is 5, so I will cancel this from my calculation. So I have 2 times 3, I'm going to say for myself, 2 minus 3 is equal 1. 2 minus 3 is equal 1. But I wanted to keep in my mind this sign, it should be positive. So the bigger number, it will be positive, and the smaller number, it will be negative. So it will be my 2 factors. And also I'm going to check again if my answer correct, minus 2 times 3, it will give me minus 6. Yes, correct. So this is what I'm going to use it. Minus 2 and plus 3. For the other side, I keep it as it is. Here is x plus 3. Now the equations become more easy for me. After to factorize the quadratic equation, I'm going to check how to make it as a single fraction. If you see here, I have x plus 3 and I have here x plus 3. So x minus 2 times x plus 3, this is what I needed. So I'm going here to make it as a single fraction. X minus 2 times x plus 3. So this fraction, it will multiply by 1, all of them, and keep it as it is. So I have here 3x plus 4 as it is. No problem for it. And for this one, I'm going here in this time, I'm going to multiply x minus 2 up and down. So I have here, this is x minus 2 and x plus 2. So I have here, I'm going to expand the bracket, but I have to take care about the minus. So I have minus 1 times x, it will be minus x. And I have minus 1 times minus 2, it will be positive 2. And this is the most important things to take care about it, because most of the students, they have a mistake in this one. They ignore the sign here. They forget it when they expand a bracket, they forget it to multiply by negative. Now it's become easy to make my calculation. I have here 3x plus 4 minus x plus 2 divided by x minus 2 times x plus 3. Excellent. Now I'm going to add the like term. What the like term I have here? I have 3x plus minus x. So I have 2x. And 4 plus 2, it will be plus 6. Divided by x minus 2 times x plus 3. Excellent. I have to keep my fraction by this way. This is the final answer. Do you think it will be the final answer? Absolutely not, because as I informed you before, you have to put it in the simplest form. So when I check here, I can find there is a common. So I can factorize this with the common. Take the common is 2. So I'm going to put the common 2 here, up in bracket. 2x divided by 2 remains x, and 6 divided by 2, it will be 3, and divided by here x minus 2 times x plus 3. Now the most important part here for the final answer, I have here 2 times the brackets, and I have 2 multiplication of the 2 brackets. So it is easy to simplify. If you have addition 2 plus, you cannot multiply. Here I can, you cannot simplify. Here I also, this fraction, it is not in the simplest form. As I informed you, you have to put your answer in the simplest form. So what I have here is easy. I have x plus 3 and x plus 3. I can cancel this bracket with this bracket because they are multiply, and here multiply to bracket. So what is the remain? I have 2 divided by x minus 2, and this is, it will be the final answer. I cannot more simplify. If the most important in algebraic fraction, you have to take about it. You have to take about the sign when you multiply, or when you add or subtract. You have to take about the simplify of the fraction. You have to simplify it in the simplest form. Always keep in your mind your fraction. When you ask you find the single fraction, meaning you have to put it in the simplest form. And this question, it was from the past paper, and the most mistake we found it when we corrected the questions, it was about the sign. As I told you, you have to take care about it. So this is the final. I hope the lesson today, it was nice for all of you, and you are enjoyed a lot with me, and also I enjoyed with all of you, and thank you. Have a nice day, and bye bye for all of you.